Hello, I'm Michelle Stafford, yogi and personal trainer. One of the things that my clients like to know is how to get into particular poses. The most recent inquiry is how do I get deeper into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is one-legged downward facing dog. Sometimes when we go through our practice, we think it's about performing poses that are impressive or doing things that push our bodies to the limit. Now, sometimes it is fun to learn new and interesting poses, but first and foremost, are you aligned? Are you pain-free? How does your back feel? How is your posture? So achieving a pose that is seemingly acrobatic or, if your forehead is on your shin, is your body in alignment when you're performing that? If it is, then 2 thumbs up, right? If it's not, then we have to ask ourselves, what is our motivation for getting into those poses? 3 things are important for doing 3-legged downward dog. 1 is glute strength, right? Glute tushy strength. Is your tushy strong enough to hold your leg up at that angle? Also, flexibility. Are your hips open enough to allow your leg to get up that high, or even at all? Another thing that you might not know is that your arms need to be able to get up overhead. If you're not able to perform downward facing dog fully, for instance like this, you're in downward facing dog like this, then how are you going to be able to get your leg up, right? So one of the things that I do with my clients is work on glute strength or overall strength, flexibility, and mobility. That includes static postures, dynamic movement, and strength training. So first off is the warm-up. A really great warm-up is to do a squat. So you do a goddess squat, which opens and lubricates the hips while strengthening the glutes. If you're more advanced, you can do a full Malasana squat. Making sure you're going straight up and down and not up and down like this. You want to make sure you're going straight up and down, right? So now the hips are starting to open. Then hold that pose. Take 5 deep breaths. From there, working on mobility, right? So we did a little mobility, now more mobility. Bend and straighten, dynamic flexibility. This is also strengthening the quadricep. And hold. Moving into Utthita Trikonasana. Hold for at least 5 breaths. Inhaling up, moving over, bend and straighten, lubricating the hip joint. This movement helps to lubricate the hip joint. And hold. Moving into Utthita Trikonasana. holding for at least 5 breaths. Inhaling up. Good. Moving into Uttanasana, forward fold. If you can't do forward fold completely, hands on the shins. And repeat. Good. Next, working on shoulder flexibility, right? We talked about the ability to reach your arms overhead in downward facing dog. Interlace the fingers, reach up. At least 5 deep breaths. Then releasing, taking your right arm up and holding. If you have the flexibility, reach up and under for your hand. If not, you can use a strap or a sock, whatever you have around the house, all good. Next, take it to the other side. You stay here or reach up and under using your strap or a sock, kitchen towel. And releasing. So the next thing is to use the wall, or if you're outside like I am, using a tree to enhance the stretch of the three-legged dog, right? So watch as I do three-legged dog without any support. Bring the big toes to touch. And extend the right leg into the air and hold for 5 breaths. Switching legs, taking the left leg up and holding. Good, and then moving to the tree or the wall, putting your heels up against the wall, bringing your feet to touch, and then taking your right leg up and holding for 5 breaths. And then switching. So, to recap, the things that are important for being able to achieve Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, or three-legged dog, are the following: strength, flexibility, and mobility. Remember, your yoga practice is just that. It is a practice. We do it a little bit every day. We get a little bit better every time. And with proper guidance, you too can achieve the postures that you would like to achieve. I'd like to introduce you to my son, who's probably going to run away because he came out to say hi. Say hello. Hi. He uses yoga to recover from sports, right? Because flexibility is so important. Range of motion is so important when you're performing sports and other everyday activities. So, for more information, please see me at www.michellestaffordwellness.com, on Instagram at Diva Yogi. Thank you, the life of a mom. Thank you, and namaste.